Okay, so last week we were looking at your four core identities: your sense of self, your sense of I, your sense of me, and your sense of you. Today we are going to take this even further and look at some of the other identities that we have that you can explore and play with and have some fun with. So let's get stuck in. All right, who do you think you are? Lovely, love this question. Okay, so what identities, apart from those four core identities that we looked at last week, do you have? You'll probably have your identity as your own name, and what that means. You might be a mother, you might be a daughter, a sister, an auntie, a friend, a granddaughter. You might be the clever one, the busy one, the bossy one, the impatient one, whatever other identities you have. And you've probably got more. You might be the one who organizes, the one people lean on, the strong one, the independent one. So thinking about all of the different identities that you have. And I invite you to write each one you can think of down on a sticky note or a piece of paper, or at least a list. So if you want to pause the video now and write down every single identity you can think of that you have, I want you to do that right now. And then we're going to go on to the next part. So once you have identified all of the identities that you have, we're going to be intentional about which ones you carry forwards with you into life and which ones you're prepared to let go of and stop living up to. Some of your identities might have worked for you in the past. They might have kept you safe. They might have kept you hidden and protected, but sometimes they're now hindering you. So, for example, if in a certain time of your life, not speaking up kept you safe, we can honor that and we can thank that with love. But if it's stopping you from now speaking up for yourself, then we need to let that part of ourselves go. So this can be big work. All right. So again, we're going to bring in that sense of love and compassion and know that we're doing this slowly and with kindness. How other people see us is none of our business, and it's not our responsibility. If other people see us as the strong one, that's on them. All right. We don't always feel strong. We don't have to live up to their expectations of us. If people see us as the one that causes trouble because we speak up for ourselves, that's none of our business. If we're speaking up for ourselves because we have a point that needs to be heard, that's our business. So how other people see us and the identities that they therefore give us is not our responsibility. And if we're carrying around identities that have been given to us by other people that do not serve us, it's time to let them go as a sense of, in an act of self-reclamation. Okay, you don't get to hold on to the identities that are hindering you and that have been given to you by other people. You don't have to hold them. You get to choose and you get to be intentional. So you now get to choose which identities you're going to keep and which of those identities you are going to let go of. So this is a short but sweet training because, again, the work is to do the work this week. So you've identified all of the different identities that you have, and you should have them now in a list on some bits of paper or some sticky notes. The first thing I invite you to do is notice and maybe move into two different piles or lists which ones have been created by you and which ones have been given to you by other people. Now, some of them might have been given to you with huge amounts of love, and you might want to keep those. Some of them, however, you might not want to. So your next task is to choose which ones of those identities you're prepared to keep and which ones you're ready to let go of. Okay? And once you've decided that you're going to let go of an identity, that's all you need to do. You need to invite your subconscious to stop believing that, let that go, and just let it go with love. That's all you need to do. And just remind yourself, I'm not that person anymore. They said I was this, They never understood. It's none of my business. Let it go. It sounds really simple. It sounds really easy. It is going to take practice, and you can do it. I have every faith in you that you are going to be able to do this. Once you've thought about which identities you want to keep, we're going to focus on those ones. And then we're going to reflect on how we feel with only our simplified list of identities. Okay, so what difference has it made to you when you can let go of all those other identities that have been given to you by other people or inherited or been misidentified, and just move forward with this simplified list of the things that you actually choose to be? Spend some time, if you like, journaling and walking in nature, thinking about it, musing over it, however you choose to reflect on it. Perhaps you want to draw or paint something that represents your identity. So you get to choose which of those identities you want to keep. You let go of everything else, and then you act with intention about which of those identities you're going to live into and live up to. We've spoken before about the RAS, the reticular activating system. Just like you can recognize experiences or heart-shaped leaves or rainbows or whatever else you were looking for, feathers, I know some of you were looking for. Whatever you're tuning into and telling your brain is important to you, it will do the same with your identities. So when you remind yourself, I am creative, I am powerful, I am confident, then these identities will come to the fore. So have a go with reflecting on this, and experiment and have fun and play with it. You can choose to keep whatever identities you want. And if there are some that you once had that you feel like you no longer have, you can bring those back as well. So have fun exploring and playing with the identities that you want to intentionally take forwards with you from this moment on.